You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
And we are not back, we are here. Hello, this is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection Radio Show. Thank you for being with us. We have a great program for you, and we really appreciate that you are listening. This radio show is designed for members of the Woodlands-Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Sorry, I'm still listening to the music. And it's also designed for any member of our Chamber of Commerce, really. But because it's in the Woodlands, or actually it's in Conroe, more of our members that are from this area are who are interviewed. But if you are in the Galleria, in the Katy, in Vintage Park, if you're over in Greater Lake Houston or in the Spring area, by all means, if you're a member of this organization, this is part of your benefit. And what we're trying to do with this program, and the whole objective of the show itself, is to highlight and to feature our members so that our members not only get media experience, but also they become known as people of serious mind, of folks that want to do business and that certainly are vetted and who we are willing to stand behind. So if you are a member of this Chamber of Commerce, please reach out to me, reach out to any one of our ambassadors, and we can put you on this show. This is the Hispanic Chamber Connection Radio Show, and it runs for 1 hour. It's sponsored right now by our wonderful sponsors, the ML Agency. They are an insurance agency. You will hear some spots on what they're doing for us, and we really appreciate what they're doing for us. I wanted to start the show by thanking a few other people, specifically Lone Star College, who just renewed their sponsorship of our chamber, and also outside of Lone Star, Benchmark Bank, which is right here on 242, and Wells Fargo Bank, and of course, last but never least, Costco. So those four organizations, or those four two banks and those companies themselves have invested in our Chamber of Commerce and said, okay, guys, keep going. We like what you're doing, and so we're very thankful to them, because what they're doing is giving us a little bit of financial relief so we can move on and continue our programs and our things, and we're really thankful to them. So it's Wells Fargo, Benchmark Bank, it's Lone Star College, and Costco right now. We have a few others, and they're also looking at the renewals. So like I said earlier, the purpose of this program is to feature our members, and today we have Kaitlyn Long. Kaitlyn is with ProFloors, and she'll explain, ProFloor. She'll explain what they do and who they are. But I did want to mention that thank you, Kaitlyn, for being on the program.
Thank you for having me.
And I want to be sure that you, the listener, know a few other things, though, because today we had a big event in the Woodlands. We have this event every Tuesday, and we had about 45 people there, and it's our luncheon, so it's our weekly lunch. And basically what happens is people come to our event, and they have lunch with us, and they introduce their company. They talk about what they do and who they are, and they network. So it's a very traditional format in terms of networking, but it's run very quickly, very efficiently. And in 1 hour, basically, we get in everybody's introduction, and so we give you about 30 to 45 seconds, and we meet at Spring Creek Barbecue in Shenandoah. That's on Tuesdays from 11:30 to 1 p.m. Then we have another meeting on Wednesday, and Wednesday we're at a place called Abuelo's Mexican Grill in Katy. And that, again, it features basically the same thing. It's about 30 people there, a little bit smaller than this group, and we look for our members and guests and our visitors, and what they do is they come in, they introduce themselves, and they hopefully do business with one another. I was talking to the group today, something that I want to make sure all of our members are clear about and listen to is that we really, really want our members to do business with each other. And I know that there's so many different groups and there's so much value out there. Obviously, we can't enforce that you do business with each other, but we encourage it tremendously, because it's one of the reasons why you join the Chamber of Commerce or any organization like this is to get exposure to other members. So if you go to our website, our directory is on the website, and you can see who's a member already. And if you need someone, we have over 300 names and numbers and addresses of people who are ready and willing to do business with you. So it's twchcc.org. Those are the initials, the Woodlands-Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So it goes again, twchcc.org. You can look at that. You can open it on directory, and you can maybe download a version of our directory and do business with each other, with our members. So we're telling people today at lunch, we don't necessarily ask you to do business with each other. We actually demand it. We expect it, because this is why we provide value to you and why we think you should provide value to each other. That's the Woodlands-Conroe. Then, like I said, tomorrow we do Katy for lunch, and then on Thursday we're in Spring Creek Barbecue again, but this time it's in Vintage Park. The Spring Creek Barbecue is on 249 and Jones, and it's another lunch. About 30 people come to that, and it's also a good time. So it's another opportunity for our members to come and do business. This week is a little slower in that we only have our weekly lunches. We don't have any ribbon cuttings or other extracurricular events because it's the last day of the month. Tomorrow's the last day of the month, right? It is, yeah? The 31st tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes. And of course, most people are either trying to close business now or doing whatever they can to close the month, and that's also what we're doing. So last day of the month is tomorrow. Thursday we said it's Vintage Park, and on Friday we are starting a new group at a place called Pinpoint Marketing. That was me, sorry guys. Pinpoint Marketing, and we're going to be teaching a 5-step sales process on how to do sales, basically how to have a conversation to close a sale, and that's on Friday. It's open to the public. Anyone who wants to come. Pinpoint Marketing is on Veterans Memorial and 1960. That's in North Houston in the Spring Klein area. Then you go from Friday all the way to Monday, and on Monday we basically have another lunch. Monday's lunch over at the Greater Lake Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. That's a place called Persona Pizzeria. You ever been to that place? You haven't been?
I haven't been there yet.
Okay, so that's the one. Now, which ones have you been to already?
I have been to the one in the Woodlands. I go to the one in the Vintage Park every now and then, and of course, Katie's, my home base.
Okay, so then that's important because Kaitlyn Long with ProFloor is our first Katy guest. You are, right? I mean, have you heard of anybody else from Katy?
No, not yet.
We were going to have Michelle Kuipers a couple weeks ago, but we had to move her because when it froze, we had to move some other things. Basically, we apologize to Michelle, but nonetheless, Kaitlyn is here, and she is the first Katy chamber person. So basically, here's how it works. Whenever you join, wherever you join, that's the list you're in. Even though you're part of the whole directory, I know Kaitlyn for being in Katy, and she shows up to the Katy events regularly, and she comes to these events up here in the Woodlands and in Vintage Park from time to time. And that's perfect. That's what a lot of our members do. Because when you join the chamber, you can go to any one of our events or all of the events if you can keep up with them. But I know that it's very difficult for anyone because it's just too much. There's too much driving. How long did it take you to get all the way up here?
It takes me about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on which way I go.
So how'd you get here today?
With my car.
How'd you get here?
I got here off of 99. That's the best way to get here. I really like it. It's expensive, but it's worth it.
You have to pay all those tolls, right? I mean, well, you don't have to pay. If you don't have a card, you pay in the mail.
Yes.
That's one of the things too. I love it in Austin. You can take certain lanes and it'll tell you we'll bill you, right? But here you can't do that.
You can, but
they don't bill you. They bill you more than what it is.
That's true.
They're not nice about the way they bill you. They actually,
they give you a fee.
They raise the fee, and so anyway, it's not the way it is in Austin. I wish we were a little bit more advanced because that's a very good option. I've used it many times in Austin because it works. All right, so chamber events. Then we're still looking forward to the first ribbon cutting of the year in Katy. For whatever reason, the vision of the people I was telling you earlier, and the way we network in Katy is different than the way we network up in the Woodlands. There's a specific way to network that works, and there's a way that doesn't work. The way that works is when you actually provide value in meetings, and I'll explain. A lot of folks, when they go network, they think that they're going to go sell. So in their mind, all they're thinking about is selling their thing, whatever their thing is. And they show up to events to try to sell, and nobody buys because everybody hates to be sold. Hating to be sold is a big deal because if you're selling at events, you're making a mistake. People are not going to buy from you readily, or they're going to give you the runaround, or they're going to not show up, or they're going to give you all this stuff because they don't like to be sold. They love to shop and buy, but they hate it when you go after them, or whenever one of us goes after them and says, you need to buy me because I got this. So the first reaction we get from people who sell is, I already have it. I'm okay, I got it, no big deal, I'm cool. Or, okay, well, call me later. And of course, we don't answer, right? So That's why the mistake is made too much from specific groups where visitors show up and they'll be sold to, and those visitors don't come back because they don't want to be sold.
Yeah.
Okay. So the best networking strategy is when you show up, first always make it about them. It's got to be about them. So whenever a visitor shows, let the visitor talk, right? You'll get your words in because you're becoming empathetic with them. You're basically creating rapport. You're creating trust. That is your first mission, is to create trust. Then, if you can provide some sort of a lead or something like that to that visitor, then you become memorable to that visitor. And after that, then you can start thinking about doing business. But it's not going to happen before. They're simply not going to buy because they don't go there to buy. Nobody comes to these events to buy, unless somebody can fix my problems. You know. So if I have problems and I show up to these things, yeah, they'll help me out. Like a house that we own here in the Woodlands just had its pipes frozen. If somebody would have shown up to one of our meetings saying that they can fix frozen pipes, that would have been awesome. I would have listened to that person. But a lot of folks showed up telling me that they can, sell me a new house, or they can sell me this. So none of that matters to me, so I don't listen to that. Right? So you should think about yourself the same way. Unless you're solving a problem, which you won't know exists unless somebody tells you something, or unless you verbalize it, then basically you're a salesperson, making yourself very unattractive to people. Does that make sense, sort of?
Absolutely.
And they do, and the worst thing is not necessarily that. The worst thing is they complain. People complain, and I hear a lot of complaints about different people, and I go, okay, okay, so he's a rookie, leave him alone. We had this happen, for example, at one of our events that we had the other day. It was a networking event. You weren't there, Kaitlyn. It was a Tuesday night. Thursday, doesn't matter. It was up here in the Woodlands. It was after hours, and this one person showed up, and all she really wanted to do was just talk to everybody individually, but like for 10 minutes each. And so we didn't stop, talking to that person and maintaining really direct and intense eye contact, and just, I want to talk to you. Okay. In other words, what she was doing is selling to them. Okay. In the meeting, in that networking thing, they were texting me and saying, Carlos, save me. Or Carlos, keep this lady away from me. Or Carlos, so I got 3 texts, 2 from the same person and 1 from a different person. And it was all the same. She's bothering me. The reason she's bothering people is because all she's doing is showing up to sell, right? So at networking events, you are not to sell. Of course, your intention is to sell. That's why you go. But your purpose there is to create relationships so that there you can sell. Make sense, sort of?
Yeah, it does.
So that's a big deal. Because whenever we teach networking, it's so contrary to what people think. They think you're supposed to get there and spew out your words, and all of a sudden, because you say what you say, people are going to buy from you right away. So if you want to improve your results, do it the other way around like we suggest, and you'll see. Become valuable to people, and they'll buy from you. Okay, so that's what's going on with networking, and that's the piece on networking for our members, so they can pay attention, because like I said, I hear that. And it's kind of what makes it hard to start like the Galleria. We show up there, and nobody's there to sell. Nobody's there to help others, so people don't come back.
Yeah.
It's what's been very helpful with the Woodlands, is because from the very beginning, a lot of the people that were there, the professional networkers actually know how it's done. So that's why it's been growing so fast. And Katie's growing okay, but I was telling you during the break or earlier, it can use a little bit of a boost from that standpoint. So anyway, you go to Katie. You've been going for a while now.
Yes, I've been in the chamber for almost 6 months now.
Mm-hmm. And you've been, you used to come with a different company. You guys used to do graphic design or something?
I first started coming with a company called Identity Plus. We were doing graphic designs and stuff like that, but they didn't want to support me on this, and I was looking for another job. And I've had experience in flooring before, so when I found this job, I was like, I really want to be part of this chamber. I think it's got a lot of potential, and I think I had an interview Wednesday. I started Friday, and that Friday morning, whenever I came into the chamber, they paid for my.
Wow! Yeah, they were very, very helpful.
Yes.
Very supportive, rather. So we haven't met anybody there yet. You guys are hopefully going to open a second store or something like that. Is that kind of what I heard?
It's a potential. We're looking into possibly opening another store in the Memorial area. So just trying to see if we can expand, our what we do to a lot of other people.
But you can do business anywhere, right?
Absolutely. We service all of the greater Houston area.
So if Katie, or if the Woodlands, or if Memorial or anyone like that wants to talk to you, you can go anywhere.
Absolutely.
So I'm talking to Kaitlyn Long. We're going to talk more about ProFloor when we come back from break, but we'll learn more about what ProFloor does and about how ProFloor can help you save money on your floors and on raising the equity of your home. So this is the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show. I'm Dr. Carlos Sanchez. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking for a bilingual insurance company in the Montgomery County area? Since 2006, the Amell Agency is a family-owned insurance agency, and it all started with Leonard Amell. Now working with 3 full-time agents offering home, auto, life, and umbrella insurance, the Amell Agency works with you to provide the insurance you need. Whether it be for your business or personal needs, they put that need first. The Amell Agency of the Woodlands is open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. Call today at 832-299-6640 or email them anytime at info@amellagency.com to answer any of your questions. For more information on location and inquiries, look up Amell Agency online at amellagency.com. The Amell Agency, Montgomery County's bilingual insurance agency.
Remember to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on your computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. Lone Star Community Radio broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
And we're back. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show. Thank you for being with us. I'm here with Kaitlyn Long. And we're just talking about what happens during meetings and how during networking meetings, people have different reactions to different things. And, I run all of our meetings, and I would love for members to step up and say, okay, I want to run a meeting so they can get a feel for what it's like. You don't know. There are times when I say to myself, I shouldn't be here running this meeting. I should be somewhere else doing some other things that presidents do. So if you're a member and you're interested in learning how to run a meeting, let me know. There is some training, obviously, because running a meeting dynamically versus running a meeting boringly is a big deal. And in our organization, in our Chamber of Commerce, the reason I run the meetings is because I know a little bit about group dynamics and a little bit about obtaining outcomes with groups and being on time and being focused. And so I'm looking for folks. If you guys, if anybody that's listening wants to do this, just let me know, and we'll figure out a way to put you in front and see what happens. But Kaitlyn and I were talking a little bit about just basically the dynamics that happen when people show up at meetings, and how there are meetings where you find that a lot of the folks are cliquey, and there are meetings when they're not. So have you experienced those meetings before, Kaitlyn?
Yes.
Tell me about the cliquey ones. What are they like? How do you know they're cliquish?
You can tell they always want to sit next to the same people the whole time, and you can tell they kind of chat whenever people are trying to talk, or, they're just somewhat interruptive and, disturbing.
Inside jokes, facial expression.
Sometimes facial
A lot of
expressions
that.
can, distract a lot of people.
Well, they don't only distract people; they demoralize people. That's the thing. Is if the group itself, or if the people who are acting cliquey are not supporting the speaker, then they're against the speaker, and they've got to go. That's my philosophy. Because if they're going to mess things up, if they're going to make it weird, or act as though they're combative or whatever, then they shouldn't be in the meeting. Mm-hmm. And I don't care who it is. That's what I'm telling you. What I'm telling our audience is that you've got to understand that when you're at these meetings, they are for the purpose of developing relationships with folks that are visiting, and it behooves you to be as positive and as open to new folks as you can. If you want to be mediocre and if you want to be non-successful in sales, get cliquey. If you want to be asked to go away, get real cliquey. And I will tell you, look, the reason why you can't make any money and not do any business here is because you're acting contrary to what a business meeting is supposed to be, especially a Chamber of Commerce, and that is open to the public and making sure people, actually enjoy themselves. So it's never about the folks that get upset. It's about the meeting. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I think so that's just one of those things. It's just to really, really be aware. If you're sitting with people you already know, that's another mistake. You should always sit with people you don't know. Mm-hmm. And I know that it's, I haven't seen you all week. Oh my God, I miss you. So 70% of our chamber is women. So I know you have to hug it out and do all these things, and that's fine. But like I said, you do want to be an ambassador, right? So you want to go out there and talk to the people you don't know. It's just how it's supposed to be. And I've done that already. I mean, I've told a lot of our members, look, stop sitting with each other because that doesn't work. Anyway, so with that said, I think hopefully listeners will go to our meetings with a new awareness, and you'll know why Carlos sometimes
Makes faces.
makes faces at you. Okay, so Kaitlyn Long, this is ProFloor. It's called ProFloor, Guaranteed Something Service. Quality. I can't read it. There you go. Guaranteed quality service.
Yes.
What is ProFloor, Kaitlyn?
ProFloor is a full-service flooring company. We do all floors, tile, carpet, hardwood floors, engineered hardwood, laminate, vinyl, and we're a turnkey system. And so what that means is that we install your floors. We can rip everything out, put brand new floors in.
Hold on. Let me ask you again one more time. Start that again. 'Cause I didn't get the first part. You said ProFloor.
ProFloor is a full-service flooring company. We also are a turnkey company. So that means is that when you come home, it's going to be done. We tear everything out. We take care of all of the debris. We move all the furniture, and then we come in, put in your brand new floors, and put your furniture back.
What kind of floors do you guys do, you said?
We do all flooring. So that means tile, carpet, laminate, hardwood, engineered hardwood, and vinyl.
Very good. And how do you help people raise the equity of their homes? What do you guys do? What's your special program?
So it's called the Realtor Program. It's a wonderful program to where people who are looking to put their house on the market, help them free financing, about $8,000 worth of floors. So if you want to get rid of the old carpet, put in new carpet, we'll come in, put in the new carpet, and you actually don't pay for it until closing. We actually collect it through the title company. So there's no upfront cost. There's no credit check. There's nothing. We just come in, we put the floors in, and
Okay, so somebody wants to call you, Kaitlyn. What do they do? What number do they do?
you can call me on my cell phone at 832-612-6821. Or you can always call up to the showroom, and that's a number I don't remember. Can I borrow that?
Okay, so you don't do that when you're on video, right?
Yes.
When you say the number. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was an attempt at making a commercial for Kaitlyn, and you'll see it on Facebook. It'll go on Facebook very soon. Basically, that's something we do at each show. So I just ask you some questions, and I videotape it, then I put it somewhere else. But the bottom line with this, though, is that you have a great service, and I want to make sure that the folks that are listening actually understand how to get a hold of you, which we've just said, and we'll say the numbers here again, but also how you provide value to people. So you're a full-service floor company. So everything from carpet to, you said, vinyl, and okay. And so anyone that wants to look at their floors, you guys can help them out.
Yes. So
Okay.
it's also a free estimate and free measuring.
So what kind of people do you work with right now? I mean, who hires you right now?
Right now, I'm working with realtors who are looking to help their clients sell their home faster. It's crazy that, just putting in brand new hardwood floors will raise the equity in your house about 10%. And then we're also working with people who have been damaged through Harvey. We're helping them get new floors, get them in, that way they can, not be homeless.
Stay with realtors. Okay, so you said 10%.
Yes.
That's a tremendous amount of equity that goes up. So obviously you don't guarantee any of that by any means. It's been an average, or how do you know it's 10%?
It's actually been published in several magazines saying that, flooring is probably one of the top reasons why houses sell faster or don't sell at all.
Right. Okay. So you can help people sell their homes faster. And so do the homeowners have anything to say about this? I mean, obviously they do, but you want to reach the realtors that are in the public right now, or anyone that wants to sell their home?
Well, anybody who really wants to sell their home, I want to focus on realtors because they know where those other people are at. But anybody who's looking to sell their home, they still qualify for this.
Okay. And do you guys do this all over town?
We do it all over the greater Houston area.
Okay. So that means that all the way from downtown, the Galleria area, all the way to Conroe. You guys in between?
We do Conroe all the way down to Sugar Land, Katy, all the way to Baytown, and everywhere in between.
So what's the best way to get a hold of you? You said earlier.
You can call me on my cell phone at 832-612-6821. You can also email me at Kaitlyn@ProFloorStore.com. Spelling my name is Kaitlyn.
Yeah, that's a funny spelling for sure. Okay, and so how long have you been doing this, Kaitlyn? I mean, what got you interested in flooring?
So I have been remodeling with my parents for almost 15 years now. And my mom, for years, were like, you really need to, go into school for this. You're great at this. You're great at this. And I went into school to become a nurse, and it just never panned out. And I finally did go to school to become an interior designer. And I got offered a job to work at a flooring store a couple years ago. And so I've been in and out of the flooring industry for over 2 years now. And I love it. I really do enjoy it.
Okay, so right now with ProFloor, basically you are the front consultant. I mean, if somebody calls them and wants to talk to someone about their floors, you're the one that comes out?
Yes, I'm one of the number ones.
Okay, so but they have others?
Yes, we also have a couple people. Some of my partner owners would be, Mike or Patrick or Saul. But that's
Okay.
just us.
All right, but it's a smaller company in that
Yes.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so what kind of title companies do you guys work with? I mean, are there a lot of different companies that work with you guys, or is it just one or two, or
We don't have like one or two title companies we work with. It's just whatever title company is going to go for the home is going to help with the house.
okay?
We just get in communication with them and let them know about the contract, and they're okay with paying us.
All right, so basically you arrange this with the title company after the homeowner has gone through with the process.
Yes.
Okay. So first then is that if you're a homeowner, if you're planning to sell your home, if you want to raise the equity of your home, make sure you talk to not only the realtor. I mean, the realtor needs to know that you're going to do this, and the realtor hopefully will know about your company, because there's others, but it doesn't matter. Right now, ProFloor is what's being featured. So let's say, for example, then I haven't been able to sell my house in 3 months, and now people get desperate after a while. Is ProFloor a good option?
Absolutely. The number one reason why a house won't sell is because of its smell. Because something smells weird to somebody. And so, most of the time it is in the floors. And even if it is still on the market, you still qualify. So,
You know, it's interesting. Even if you have dogs, a lot of folks don't smell their own dogs or their own cats. I had a friend a while back ago who would always have parties at his house, and he never knew that his house smelled so much like cat. It was terrible. I mean, it was even hard to go to his house because you'd want to visit him, but it was just the house smelled really bad,
yeah.
and he couldn't tell, because you could tell he had put something on the house to make it unsmell, but it still smelled like cat.
It's like that commercial that's out there, like the smell commercial.
Yeah, you
for-
become
for
smell
place.
blind.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, and that's very possible. It happens to us in our cars. It happens in everything. In our clothing, it's the same thing. So in the end, what he ended up having to do is he ripped out all the carpets. Now this is a while back, because I guess they understood that the cat smell was not helping the house sell. So I didn't know it was really one of the first things. I thought it was more an electric thing or plumbing or something that would make a house not sell. But I guess it's the smell for sure.
Well, that's the first thing you do is when you walk into a house.
What's
like,
that smell?
Is this smell or, what you see? And if it looks pretty and it smells good, you want to stay.
Okay. Yeah. I agree. Okay. So you guys can make the house smell better, and in the end sell. So how many realtors do you guys work with? Are there a lot of realtors you're working with right now, or how does that work?
We're still looking for some really good close partners. We really want a partnership with realtors, the realtors that really understand the program. I've got a handful that I work with. I've got one that's part of the chamber, and he's so nice. And then I've got a couple off to the side.
A nice realtor from the chamber, a guy?
Yeah.
Who is this guy?
Stacy Jones from Katy.
Okay, because we don't know this Stacy Jones of yours.
Well, he came to the chamber. That's where I've met him.
Okay. Who's he with?
He actually owns his own realtor company. He's a broker and a realtor.
Okay, so it'd be interesting to know he's not a member,
Oh.
just so you know. So that's part of one of our dilemmas is that a lot of the folks, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's people who show up to our events who act like members but are not. So we're putting a stop to that tomorrow, Katie. We're going to give every visitor a new name tag. It's going to be one of those sticky name tags. Well, we have to know,
That's very true.
Well, because we have 40 realtors who are members in our chamber. And for you to do business, or anybody to do business with people who are not members, it's okay. Like I said, we don't discourage it, but we super encourage you to work with members first.
Absolutely.
And because we encourage our realtors to work with you, we think that it should be a reciprocity thing, So, yeah, I thought that's interesting because,
Oh.
there's no bell ringing in here, so,
That's
and
okay.
that's all right. Well, because we've had that a couple times with people who've shown up, just on different levels of different types who will tell everybody, or not tell everybody, but they call everybody and say things like, on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, I'm calling you because I'm a member and I'd like to do business with you. And then people open their doors. And that deception also is something that we watch, because I'm sure this person is not doing it on purpose or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
But there are people who do.
Yeah.
No question. And so it's one of those things. I thought that was good. So it's a good point, Kaitlyn. Guys, if you're not members of this organization and you're acting like it, you know who you are. We will catch you at one point, and we'll let you know that it's time to join. So it's no big deal. Just make sure that, I know that if I go to the Woodlands Chamber and I start acting like I'm a member, I get in trouble, because it's an organization. We all live and die by the memberships.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So anyway, all right. So he's a nice guy. There's others, and if they haven't been nice or open to doing business with you, after today, show them your picture, tell them you were on the radio, and do your presentation. That's another thing. Why haven't you done a presentation yet?
I don't know. I need to.
Okay, so that's it? You just don't know?
I know that we were still looking for good locations after.
That's true. After the big ice storm.
Mm-hmm. No, once we find a good location and we start getting a rotation, I definitely want to start doing a presentation.
Well, we're doing something, already. The problem is getting there on time at Abuelos. Well, and then telling the guys there, I need to use your monitor, because half the time, in restaurants are not in the business of technology. So they have no idea how to set up the television. They don't know what to do. And so we get there with our Mac and whatever, and they look at it and go, I don't know what to do. So in Abuelos and Katie, they really don't know how to use their monitors, their television. So you have to get up on a table and plug the thing in. It's hard. Even today at Spring Creek, we had people trying to, like we had Julie Peters today do a presentation, and it was hard for her to get hooked up. So it's one of those things. Anyway, when we come back, we'll talk more to Kaitlyn Long about ProFloor, and more specifically about what she can do for you. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking for a bilingual insurance company in the Montgomery County area? Since 2006, the Amel Agency is a family-owned insurance agency, and it all started with Leonard Amel. Now working with 3 full-time agents offering home, auto, life, and umbrella insurance, the Amel Agency works with you to provide the insurance you need. Whether it be for your business or personal needs, they put that need first. The Amel Agency of the Woodlands is open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. Call today at 832-299-6640 or email them anytime at info@amelagency.com to answer any of your questions. For more information on location and inquiries, look up Amel Agency online at amelagency.com. The Amel Agency, Montgomery County's bilingual insurance agency.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your question. Get seen on TV or YouTube and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Sponsor your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
We're back. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez. This is the Hispanic Chamber Connection live radio. The Woodlands-Conroe Hispanic Chamber is one of the 6 chambers represented by the Texas Gulf Coast Hispanic Chamber. So a lot of folks don't know that. When you join our organization, you're part of different chambers of commerce that have meetings and networking and events in different parts of town. The Woodlands-Conroe is where we started, and we are in Conroe now. And this is the biggest part of our chamber. There's about 200 members up in this area. But then we have Vintage Park, we have Katy, we have the Galleria, the Greater Lake Houston, and like I said earlier, Spring. So there's other satellites, if you will, where you can network and meet people and be all over town. So some companies, some organizations really like that because they can go wherever their budget allows. And there's others that, of course, they're a restaurant or they're localized, so they really can't travel. And those folks also benefit because we have like 40 events per month, but we also do a lot of training and a lot of other things that benefit our members. We have about 25 definitive benefits that we give our members. And that's something that I'll put out there as a big challenge to you. If you belong to a Chamber of Commerce, do you know what your Chamber of Commerce does for you? Have you asked for any one of the benefits that they promise, or do they not promise anything? Do they just tell you, okay, you join us, because we're entitled, and then there you go. You live here, you should be a part of this organization. And it doesn't work like that anymore. Most of us are very careful with the money we spend in organizations because, a dollar's a dollar and we need a return on investment. So that's why you have to look at these organizations and make sure that they are delivering on their promise. One of the most important things we do is that we are accountable to our members, which means that if you have not received the benefits that we're talking about, let any one of the ambassadors know or let me know directly, and I'll make sure you get all of those benefits we've said, everything from a ribbon cutting to marketing evaluation to 60-second commercial or things like that where we can actually really get involved with your business and help you be successful. This is what a Chamber of Commerce is supposed to do. And it's kind of over the past 200 years changed, obviously, but we want to bring back the old school because I think that really makes a difference and it makes sense right now in this day and age in our country. So we're here with Kaitlyn Long. Kaitlyn Long is with ProFloor. ProFloor is a professional flooring company that provides different types of floors, from vinyl to hardwood to carpets. And they have a special program called the Realtor Program. Kaitlyn works with realtors, and if you're a realtor or a real estate professional, basically she can help your clients or the people that are trying to sell their home raise the equity of that home by installing floors and not invoicing the homeowner until closing or until the title company gets a hold of the contract and does their business. So it's a great way to raise the equity without having to put too much money up front. But Kaitlyn, if I wanted to, could I pay you up front?
Absolutely.
Okay. So do people pay you guys up front? I mean, does that sometimes happen, or what do people prefer? What do you think?
Sometimes you can pay up front, or some people like to pay like half of it. We also have financing through Synchrony, so even if the bill's $12,000, $8,000 of it is covered, and the rest of it you would have to pay for.
Oh, so you guys go up to $8,000? That's your limit right now?
Yes, that's our cap.
Well, that's a big cap either way. I mean,
Yes, that's a lot of floors.
Well, that's a big house, I would think. Yeah, because I have no idea what carpet costs or how that works. I guess it depends.
Carpet can range from $1.99 all the way up to $19.
And you're talking about square foot.
A square foot.
Okay.
Yes.
So, but do you guys do that? So you select the carpet guy.
We have our own contractors that we use. We've used them several times. They're ones that we use each time. We know what they do. We know where they're coming from.
Right, but I select the carpet.
Yes.
Okay.
I would bring samples out that I would think would be good for the market.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to see what kind of houses around you are up for sale and see what kind of, who do you want to sell the house to? It's really a question I ask the realtors. Because if they want to sell it to an older couple, then, let's stick with a little bit more traditional
Shag?
flooring and look. And not quite.
Well, how do you incorporate your skill as an interior designer and all this?
I want to make sure I look at the home. I don't want to put something in the home that's not going to match it. So if they have a lot of, black and white, well, I'm not going to come in and put, beige in there because that it's not going to help the home. I definitely want to put a gray in there to keep it neutral and to keep it clean. I want to know the house and know where we're going with it because it helps put the house on a better level.
So as you also have a staging business you were telling me earlier.
Yes.
So how does that whole thing work?
When you do a staging of a home, you want to bring in furniture to like an empty house. You want to bring in furniture to make it look kind of lived in, like a showroom. That way, people can imagine themselves in that home. A lot of people are very visual people, and so you want to visualize yourself in a new home. And so if you stage it correctly, they can say, "Oh my God, I can live here. I can see myself living here. I can see myself raising kids, things like that, or I can see myself retiring here."
Right. So that's the function of the stager?
Yeah, it's to help the house look the best it can. So, yes, I do have my own staging company off to the side with a really good partner of mine, Julie DeFriend. She's been in the design field for over 12 years. She's a very good close friend of mine. And
okay, so basically, if somebody's selling their home and they're not sure how to stage it, you guys come in and do that job.
yes,
But what if they're living there?
sometimes we can actually stage it with the furniture that the owners have. We just help them kind of eliminate and declutter. That's really the biggest thing, is helping people declutter. No personal pictures, no religious items, just really kind of simplify the house.
Yeah. I had all my collection of deities rather, in a room, all my Buddhas and Jesus and all these things were in one room, and I had to put them underneath the bed for a while when we sold a house in Dallas, because that's a big deal to people.
You don't want to offend somebody in a way, in any way.
But the weirdest part of all that is that how could people possibly get offended with something that's holy either way? But they do, and you're right. And it's weird, but people do. They walk into a Christian home and say, "Well, I'm not Christian. I can't live here." So it's their loss, is what I think. But you still want to minimize that.
You want to take away any doubt someone has when they walk into a house, or don't give them a reason to think twice about it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because people become real fickle, and they become real picky about things that they see. So what else do you guys look for as a stager outside of the furniture? Is there something else that you guys focus on to make sure it looks good, and like the closets or?
We definitely don't want the closets to look cluttered. You want to kind of minimize the closet. Some clothes, some shoes, not a lot. But having the house clean is definitely a big thing. Having clean floors, that definitely helps.
So if I have 200 pairs of shoes, maybe I need to take a few storage.
Probably about 180 of them.
I need to leave, yeah.
Because you want to make it look like it's not lived in.
But it's not lived in.
No.
But it's livable.
Exactly. Strange concept.
Well, and so what happens then when you stage a home? Do you guys also stage the outside of the home?
Well, the inside's the most important, but definitely that's one thing that we always suggest to the homeowners is have someone come out and help freshen up the landscaping, trim the trees. If the fence needs to be mended, just do a little touch-up work. We definitely want to try to keep the inside of the home, the showpiece, because that's where people live. People live inside their homes. Right. They don't live outside their homes.
Obviously. So the smell, you said, okay, what do you do about the elimination of smell if they can't change all their carpets?
Then we highly, highly suggest for people to go and get a professional cleaning crew, because they have certain cleaners that can help eliminate it. And sometimes cleaning their furniture might be a big step as well. Like you have steam cleaners.
Dust?
Oh yeah, dust, yes, but definitely like if dogs or people sit on the couch and stuff, just have it cleaned. You might be surprised that might be the reason why something smells. Always wash your sheets. Just freshen everything up. Will definitely help. Set a good home off to the right foot.
So what about carpets? Do you guys recommend they deep clean their carpets if they're keeping them, or to deep clean their floors, things like that? Or
if they're going to keep their carpet and it's salvageable, then absolutely. There's two different kinds of carpets out there. There's a nylon and a polyester. Nylon does really well when it comes to deep cleaning. It really does bounce back. Polyester doesn't exactly bounce that back as nice as nylon. So you can see the wear pattern in polyesters, but nylons do really well when they come back.
And I imagine one of them is cheaper than the other.
Polyester is cheaper than nylon, but nylon has a better wear, better colors, and does better on pet stains or any kind of stains.
So coming back then to the original idea that we're talking here with Kaitlyn Long, she's with ProFloor, and basically if you are about to sell your home, if you're thinking about raising the equity of your house to make sure it sells quickly in any market, because people are choosy, they go from one home to another, and another during one day they'll see 10 homes and still not know which one is best because they can't choose. It's just one of those things. You have to stand out, and the way you stand out, you can replace your entire flooring of your home. And what is the big benefit there then, Kaitlyn? How do you guys do that?
The greatest benefit is that it's actually a lifetime warranty that is transferable to the next owner. So if the next owner buys the house, they have a lifetime warranty on their floors. So if something happens after they moved in, we will still come out because we warranty the floors, not the people. We'll come out and we'll take care of it.
You warranty the floors, not the people.
Yeah, because a lot of the times people buy the floors, and those people are warranted to the floors, but we actually warranty the floors to the address.
So we're here with Kaitlyn Long, ProFloor. If you want to reach Kaitlyn, you can give her a buzz on her cell phone, which is
832-612-6821.
You can also call her office at 832-912-8900. 912-8900. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez. We're with the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show. When we come back, we'll speak more to Kaitlyn and have some news for you. We'll be right back.
Looking for a bilingual insurance company in the Montgomery County area? Since 2006, the Amell Agency is a family-owned insurance agency, and it all started with Leonard Amell. Now working with 3 full-time agents offering home, auto, life, and umbrella insurance, the Amell Agency works with you to provide the insurance you need. Whether it be for your business or personal needs, they put that need first. The ML Agency of the Woodlands is open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. Call today at 832-299-6640 or email them anytime at info@mlagency.com to answer any of your questions. For more information on location and inquiries, look up ML Agency online at mlagency.com. The ML Agency, Montgomery County's bilingual insurance agency.
Hey guys, this is Connor.
This is Dick.
This is Chris.
And we're with the Ticket Stub Podcast every Thursday live at noon on 104.5 and 106.1 FM in the Conroe area. Also, anytime at irlonestar.com. You go to irlonestar.com/TTS. You can find all of our social media.
And don't forget, we give away 2 tickets to the Grand Theater on every show.
If you like movies and you like complaining or celebrating anything that has to do with the silver screen, check out the Ticket Stub Podcast and join us every Thursday at noon o'clock on Lone Star Community Radio.
We're back. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for having so much patience with us, and especially with me in conducting this meeting or this program. Because I do have to say, I mean, I love communication. I love communicating with people. But I haven't yet really taken any kind of formal training on what I'm doing right now, and that's coming. This year I intend to be a top-notch DJ of sorts. I'm not really sure what that means, but I do know that there's a lot of room for improvement, and we're working on that, definitely. We're here with Kaitlyn Long. Kaitlyn is with ProFloor, and ProFloor basically is a professional flooring company. Kaitlyn, tell us one more time, what is the biggest benefit of doing business with ProFloor?
We have lifetime installation warranties. We have people that are actually, designers, so they want to make sure they find the right flooring for you.
So you make suggestions for me. Then you have a background and an eye for interior decorating, interior design. So if I have an issue with my floors and I can't decide, I can call you and say, okay, come and take a look at this and tell me what you think.
Absolutely.
Okay. Is that kind of what you've been doing lately? I mean, is that what you do for people?
Yes, that's exactly what I do. We do what they call a design audit. A design audit is where I ask you just a bunch of questions like, how often do you have people here? What colors do you like? How, like traffic, dogs. Because it helps, helps me figure out the right flooring for what you're looking for.
Now, the biggest thing is dogs and carpets don't go well together. Don't people know that?
Yes and no. There's actually carpets out there that are actually waterproof. So,
but not dog-proof. Yeah, I mean, what I mean is
they're getting close.
Okay. Here's the thing that I can always tell when I visit a friend who has a dog.
Very true.
Whether they like it or believe it or not, you can tell because dogs sweat. And when dogs rub themselves on furniture and things, it does create something. I used to have a dog forever, and we could never get the dog smell out. I mean, because we'd leave on vacation and come back, and when we come back, yeah, he was there, and he was not there. He wasn't living there because we'd taken him somewhere. You can always tell a dog is there. So dogs are wonderful pets, but they do some things to your furniture.
Have odors, yes.
Yeah, just like humans do. But I guess most of us are used to the human odors. I'm not sure, or just no odors at all. Just clean it up, guys. So if you're listening and if you're going to sell your home, make sure you clean up your floors, and if not, talk to Kaitlyn. She can help you, or replace your floors because it makes a big difference. Like we said, up to 10% of equity goes up when you put in new floors.
No, hardwood floors, yes.
Okay, so is that how people basically evaluate your services? I mean, like to install a set of hardware floors into a home is a certain, let's say it's $10,000, for instance. Which I don't know if that's what it is, whatever. But
that's a fair price.
You guys do an estimate for us, but then you tell us, okay, but you can help me up to $8,000.
Yes.
I have to evaluate as a homeowner if that $10,000 investment will raise the equity enough for me to make my money back and pay you.
Well, that's our goal. Our goal is to truly put something into your house that is going to raise the equity to cover the flooring. We're not going to put something in there that's not going to cover what we're doing.
Right.
And I try to make that truly my mission, to make sure that I'm going to put something in that'll help sell the house faster and truly help it and help, raise the equity. I'm not going to put anything in there that's
not good.
That's not good.
Something I wanted to ask you about real quick, Kaitlyn. It's a little bit off the topic, but I did want to be sure that our audience knows. You come from a family of first responders. Is that kind of correct?
Yes.
Who in your family is a first responder?
My dad is actually a police officer out in Houston, out in Cinco Ranch area.
Oh, no wonder you drive around so fast.
I was a volunteer firefighter for 4 years, as long as I volunteered with the EMS. back in my hometown in Sealy. And then I actually met my husband through the fire school. He was a volunteer firefighter for his hometown in Fulshire.
Wow. Okay.
And so, my brother was in the Army. A lot of my dad's an ex-Coast Guard. So it's really in us to be part of the community.
Sure. I think it's memorable, not memorable, yeah, commendable, and a really honorable thing to do. In business, I also think, okay, it's cool that you're a first responder and that you're a veteran and all these things.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe though that at some time and at some point people do take it. When the first thing out of their mouth is, "I'm a veteran. Please do business with me because I also do mortgages." It's cool to say you're a veteran, but when you start using it like that, a little bit over the top, you never do that. But
Yeah.
when folks get out there and do that, there's times, not always, but there's times when I do say, "Okay, guys, come on. You're using it a lot."
Yeah, I mean, I'll let them do it one time. But,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But when
it's honorable.
you and I have seen in meetings where
Yes.
I've actually made comments like, "Okay, dudes, come on, stop," because they get too involved in that because they know it pulls a real strong, strong nerve in people. They want to do business with people who are veterans and who are first responders. And we have several first responders in our chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Wade,
Yes.
but also Rick Demko.
Oh, okay.
See, Rick Demko, I
Yeah.
can't say it. Rick Demko sells life insurance.
Mhm.
And that's what his company does.
But he's a
the
firefighter.
Guardian.
Yeah.
He's a volunteer firefighter. And he's also a rodeo clown. So like right now in the rodeo, he goes out there, puts on his giant pants and his big old feet, and goes and gets hit by bulls and stuff. I mean, he does all kinds of stuff like that, right?
That's awesome.
So he's a real athletic person doing things. He also plays rugby and but he doesn't ever lead with "I'm a firefighter" or "I'm a first responder." It's just a different way of looking at it. That everything used or overused can become one of those things. So
Yeah,
I like that you're not walking around with that.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, what you do is you help people raise the equity of their home.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's the biggest benefit that you guys are working on right now.
Yes.
And it's also with realtors. So who else do you guys work with outside of realtors?
Any homeowners that need, flooring. We work with, people who walk in the store. We work with people on Home Advisor. Anybody who needs flooring in their home, we help them with. We are working with people who need to get in their homes because of Harvey.
There you go.
We do have a Harvey, a thing to where, we only ask for 20% down and then 30% before we start. And then we always ask for 50%, to finish the job when we're done. And that's a lot of things that other companies don't do. It's
Yeah,
like,
but you guys finish so fast.
yeah.
So
But the great thing is that you can put 20% down now
Oh,
and
just
then
here.
schedule it whenever, your drywall's done.
Sure.
Or whenever you're ready.
Okay.
And, but you pay us at the end.
Very good. So tell us again how to get a hold of you, please, Kaitlyn.
You can call me on my cell phone at 832-612-6821. Or you can always call up to the office at 832-8900.
That's 912. I thought you were asking me to read it. So 912-8900.
Yes.
Okay. And what's the website anyway?
We are working on our website, but it's www.profloorshop.com.
ProFloorshop.com. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez. I've been interviewing the wonderful Kaitlyn Long with ProFloor. Thank you so much for being on the program, Kaitlyn.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
Next week we have, I think it's Michelle Kuipers. If not Michelle, it's someone else. But we'll be back next week with another program of the Hispanic Chamber Connection. Thank you for listening. I'm Dr. Carlos Sanchez signing off. We'll see you next week. Have a great week and goodbye.
Thank you for checking out this production of Lone Star Community Radio. Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station. Don't forget to check out this show and many others across the Lone Star Community Radio Network, either live on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, the Lone Star Internet Radio app, or irlonestar.com's live audio stream, and on replay on podcast, Channel 12's Our City TV in Conroe, or Channel 21 KVQT in Houston, and of course their YouTube channel. This production is copyrighted and all rights are reserved by Lone Star Community Radio. Have a question regarding this program or other Lone Star Community Radio shows? Want to sponsor or start your own show? Call the station message line at 936-647-3776 or email the station at lscrstudios@gmail.com.